Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here, and I'm here in the St.Johns riding of Winnipeg. It's a beautiful day, and we are joined by Barbara Judt, who of course is running for the Provincial Conservative Party here in Manitoba. Of course, the election is April 19th, and it's going to be a very important one here in Manitoba because a lot of people are sick and tired of the NDP and Greg Selinger and the whole bureaucracy that's basically taken a hold of this province. People can feel it in their wallets. People can feel it in their families. We've seen what CFS has done. And anyway, we're joined by Barbara Judt, who is running. And I wanted to ask you, Barbara, can you tell our viewers who may not know your struggle with the NDP as Osborne House CEO and what influenced you to run for office?
Oh, definitely. What prompted me most to run for office was there was a couple of things. First and foremost, the NDP, Greg Selinger's NDP, launched quite a vicious attack against Osborne House a few years back.
Yeah.
And that attack was launched at me specifically. Malicious lies were told about me. I was accused of financial mismanagement. I was accused of not reporting child abuse, all of which were untrue. Osborne House has an incredible board of directors, and they stood beside me every step of the way. And when they asked the government for proof of all these allegations, nothing was ever received.
Yeah.
My board of directors repeatedly asked for this information, and we were ignored. And, we very quickly began to realize that, it was just a plan to try and get rid of me. And this is not what government is about. Government is supposed to be transparent. They are supposed to be there to work for the people. They are there to help those in need. And that was not at all my experience as the CEO of Osborne House. We repeatedly tried to work with Greg Selinger's NDP to resolve the issues that were going on, but nothing we did worked. All of our requests were ignored, and I was confused. It's my first not-for-profit position, and I come from a long career in the private sector, and I could not understand why was all of this going on. Because it was really deterring us from doing the work that we're actually here to do.
Yeah.
But they kept on, and we just continued to stand tall against them. And that's one of the reasons that I'm running for the Progressive Conservative Party of Manitoba. And secondly, the support that I've received from Brian Pallister and the members of the party has been overwhelming.
Yeah.
Throughout all of this, when even when things were quiet at Osborne House and I was new to the role, it was very, very common to be able to, go to a meeting at the Ledge or an event at the Ledge, and they were always saying, "Hi, how's it going?" I would get calls from the party, "How's everything going at Osborne House?" And then when things really began to go south, the party stepped up their support even more. Those are the kind of people that I identify with, and I want to be part of that, and I will drive positive change in Manitoba, and in particular in the St.Johns riding, because that's what everybody in Manitoba deserves.
Now, of course, recently it's hard to miss that, so many NDP MLAs are stepping down. Why do you think so many of these NDP MLAs are stepping down? Because it seems like something's going on here.
Well, I think it's for a variety of reasons. People, I think all of us at some point in our life, when we've been in a career for a while, we sit back, we take inventory, and we think, going ahead, what is going to work for me and my family. And I think there are people right now who are reflecting on what their future is and what it means for them. So people, those are their decisions to make.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what will you do about the CFS system? Because as a lot of people will say, it's destroying families, and it's become a big deal breaker for countless people who would otherwise be voting for NDP.
Yeah, the CFS, that's one of many issues that is very near and dear to my heart. that keeps me up at night. We under Greg Selinger's NDP, we have the highest number of children in Canada in care. Yeah. We also have the highest rate of child poverty. This is Canada. The communication between the agencies and the government needs to improve significantly. There needs to be a better flow. Frontline workers need to feel comfortable in providing the information to their management team, and what we also need to work on is first place prevention instead of tearing families apart. And I know right now families are being torn apart. You and I we're very familiar with that. We've worked on that together. And I saw a lot of that when I was actively running Osborne House before our funding was pulled. Many women are told, if you don't go into shelter, we're taking your kids. That is not supposed to happen, but it happens all the time. Yeah.
And we also know that there are about 11,000 children in care in Manitoba. That must affect close to 20,000 parents. About 90% are First Nations. And if that doesn't, give you a red flag, I mean, I don't know what will. It's a very sad situation, and people are taking notice, not just all over Canada, but all over the world.
They are.
I mean, people message me from across the world saying, we've heard about what's happening in Manitoba, and it's terrible. And I think it's good to have that as one of your main goals, because it's so important.
It is. It is. And, I would see I've seen thousands of children over the years. And, I mean, I have such a soft spot for these kids. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of regard by Greg Selinger's NDP government for these children. No. And these children are our future. We say, oh, they're the future and whatever. But what are we doing to help them? Yeah. We have to do more for them. Prevention, we need to work with families, not work against them, work with them. We've
both met so many families that have been affected, and so many good families that have been affected.
I know.
It's hard to keep a straight face when dealing with these issues, because it's so terrible. I mean, children are so important. Literally, I know it's a cliche to say they're the future, but they are.
They are our future. They are our future. Those are the children that'll be taking care of me when I'm, much older. These are the children, so we need to make sure that they have a good, solid foundation, and where they have all those opportunities presented to them so that they can build a life for themselves. They deserve nothing less than that.
Absolutely. Well, what do you and the Provincial Conservative Party, what will you do about CFS that the Liberals wouldn't do? Because, I mean, I know that there has been a lot of talk in the past by the provincial Liberals, and that's good, but it's kind of toned down a bit under Rana Bokhari, and a lot of people are worried that the Liberals won't really do anything significant to change the CFS system.
I've not heard what the Liberals' position is on CFS. But I would, I just go back to the points we just talked about with the Conservatives. I know with the Conservatives, the CFS issue is it's like one of their top priorities, because these are children.
Yeah, of course, I've spoken with many of the MLAs in this city from the Conservative Party, and it seems that they're the only ones to show up at the ralies or the protests. They're the only ones to, really talk about it outside of just a few words online. No offense to Dr. Gerard, but what other major issues in Manitoba are you looking at that you would like to help fix if elected? Because obviously we're plagued with a lot of issues here in Manitoba.
We do have a lot of issues going on in Manitoba, and there's a lot of work to be done. I don't want to underestimate that at all. But at the same time, we have the most diverse, talented team of MLA candidates running. 57 of us were together on Saturday at election school. And just the energy that was going on there, and Brian was there, and his campaign manager and his team were there. Everybody has such a diverse background, and when you come together and work for the greater good, only good is going to come from that. We have our entire slate of candidates, and that's really exciting because all of us have such diverse backgrounds.
Yeah.
You know, we've got engineers, we've got people who work social services, we've got people who work in the medical field, we have a veterinarian, we have people from business. We have such a diverse group. It's really incredible. And when you combine that together with goals that work for Manitobans, you know, when I say a positive change is coming our way by voting for the new Progressive Conservative Party of Manitoba, I'm not kidding. I would not align myself with a group if that wasn't going to be the way. So exciting times are ahead. Give us a chance to fix Manitoba and take us to our greatness.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for speaking with us, Barbara. Is there any final words you'd like to give to the viewers about your campaign and how they can get involved?
Well, I'm up on Facebook, Barbara Judt, PC candidate for St.Johns. We're always looking for volunteers, and we are, of course, looking for donations. In my fundraising role at Osborne House, I had to learn quickly how to ask for money, so we're always looking for donations. We will be out door knocking very shortly. I will do my very best to be out there. My chair will get stuck in the snow, but I'm going to do my very best to door knock. We've got a couple events coming up. We've got a pierogi party next Thursday night, so check out our page and find that information out. I'd love to meet you, and yes, we're looking for your vote so that we can drive positive change in this province.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Barbara.
Thank you, Josh.